What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Reverse 1999 video. Alright guys, thank you first off for joining the stream last night for Limbo using 3 and 4 star units. We got pretty damn far, right? We got up to Limbo 6, and I actually want to do a quick video recap of the strategy and units I used to beat Limbo 5-2, which had a lot of people struggling, and I believe I actually beat it with I think 1 star off. So we're going to go look at that real quick. I'm going to talk about the units I use, where they're at in terms of level, their insight, etc. So you guys kind of have a good understanding before jumping into the video of my tactics. And I'll go over the entire strategy for you guys and how I got it done using only 3 and 4 star units. So this time around, I actually used a couple different units to try out, and it worked out really, really well. So first off, the first unit I used for my main DPS was Pavia. Now Pavia is going to be your pretty much bread and butter for killing this thing, okay? I'm going to talk about different strategies you can use as well outside of what I used, but Pavia absolutely makes things happen. If you guys have not seen the showcase on why he's an incredible unit, go check it out. It will open your eyes and you will probably start building him. And after this video, you may actually start building him anyways. But the reason why he's so good is because of his insight. When every time somebody dies, it increases his critical rate and critical resistance and damage taken, reduces damage taken by 10. And this stacks obviously based on the amount of people that die. So if you die 4 times, this is 4 times the increase. Then, of course, Insight 2, the moment he enters, he takes minus 8% damage reduction. So I'm going to show you guys how I used him, what we did to beat the boss. But Pavia is level 50 Insight 2 and Resonant level max, and he uses the following Psycube, Luxurious Leisure, which is the brand new one that popped up in the event, okay? The second unit in this fight was actually going to be, I believe, if I recall, was Apple. Apple's here only for one reason and one reason only. He's Resonant 7, Insight 2, level 50. He's only here to off heal on the odd chance it needs to happen. I believe I used him. I might have to double check the video real quick, but we'll double check that. Anyways, Resonant 7, level 50, Insight 2. I believe he uses the following right here, her second life. When he does his ultimate, he heals as well. Never got to that point, I don't think, but we used him anyways. And then the honest MVP debuffers here, which is going to be my twin sleeps. I'll show you guys. So I did this fight on stream and I died many times using different tactics. Then I thought, oh my god, I have these guys or these girls kicking around. I'm gonna give them a chance, and it worked out stupendously. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how I did it. Now the reason they're so powerful, I'll go over this during the fight, but they're only level 35 Insight 2. Right, and their insights do the following: Twin Hypnosis, every other round, Arc and Stamp status for 1 round. So Arc and Stamp, duration of inflicted status is +1, super important for them. And then attack plus 5% when they enter the battle. So they're really, really good. They're Resonant 7 only. I think for them I used Footloose, if I recall. Something like that. It wasn't really relevant. They were there for the debuffs. They weren't there for damage. But really, really good nonetheless. And we'll go over the actual kit. This here was really powerful as well. The Nightmare helped me survive a couple extra attacks. I did not have any nasty wounds as debuffs here, okay? And then I think my last unit might have been Alien T a few times as a tank. Of course, being able to counter and absorb damage with the taunt. But I don't think I used them for the kill. Let's just go to the video real quick. I'll see who I used, okay? So this is the video. You guys see Apple, you see Pavia, and you see Twin Sleeps, okay? So first thing when you enter this fight, this should pretty much be your thought process for every fight. The last card will always have a duplicate kicking around. Reset your fight until you find the card that you want to be duplicated. In my case, I reset it many times to find this debuff for Twin Sleeps. I wanted this debuff, okay? Now, if you want to know what the debuff does, if we go back to them here, the debuff does the following. Mass debuff inflicts 1 stack of weakness on all enemies and critical defense minus 30% for them for 2 rounds. So very, very important because weakness does damage bonus minus 25%. Okay, if you get it to the max, the critical defense is minus 50%. This plays a pivotal role in completing this. So you have to get that buff going. Okay, so going back to the video, let's talk about this. Okay, so the first thing I did is I reset till I got these 2. So there's the first combination, and here you don't want to attack. Okay, the reason why you don't want to attack, the effect here is if you're not attacking, you get a sturdiness buff. Okay, so the goal here is to let units die except for Twin Sleeps and Pavia. Those 2 need to stay alive. So try to put as many buffs on sturdiness as you can on him to keep him alive so he doesn't take too much damage. So by moving cards around, that's the way you build Moxie and you apply that buff. Okay, so I'm going to break this down for you guys. Okay, so there you guys go. You guys can see I'm doing the first move with Apple. I do want Apple to die. Now, one thing to note about this boss, I'm going to show you guys real quick what happens, okay, after he's done his turn. Look how much health he loses on his own. Okay, the trick here is you don't actually want to attack him. You want him to naturally remove as much HP as possible. Ideally, he gets to here by himself. You can do a little bit of damage, push him to like here, and then from here, he'll push himself to like over here. Okay, but when he gets past the white line, what ends up happening is the opposite effect. Every time every time he has his turn, he gets a buff again. Okay, giving him a heal instead of removing his HP. So it becomes very difficult after the white part, and he then stacks 2 stacks of sturdiness on himself every second round. Okay, so watch what happens. Okay, here I'm just combining again, combine. Put your cards together, don't use anything. Okay, so sturdiness, and everyone there got sturdiness. You guys see that, right? Okay, so first thing you see is this pops up. Don't use it yet. Instead, use apple to heal a little bit. Do your attack just to get something going. Right there. And then move the buff over. Okay, so what this now allowed me to do is allowed me to get them their ultimate, and then Pavia's ultimate still stays. Now look at this HP, boom, right there, 50% gone. Now it's a different story. Now this is part I believe I screwed this part up. When you do Twin Sleep's Nightmare, you don't want to do another move after because it breaks the Nightmare. You actually want that to be the last move that gets done. So I think I screwed this part up. So for your own train of thought here, guys. Oh no, I didn't screw this up. So Nightmare needs to go last. Perfect, I did it correctly. So it was the last round, I think I did it wrong. So there's the debuff. Now watch Pavia's damage, okay? Because he's got an advantage, he does decent damage here, only 9k. You're gonna see that damage skyrocket very soon, all right? So there's sturdiness again for them. Now he's got his buff, this is important. Pavia does his ultimate, he gets his buff. Now he's got 2 heals for himself through both rounds. He's gonna be self-sufficient here. You don't have to worry about healing him at this point, okay? Everyone else needs to now die. But before Twin Sleeps die, they need to do their attack with the 3 times or at least minimum 2 times. And what that does here, just so you guys can see, it decreases mental defense by minus 35% for 3 rounds, okay? Very important one because it'll give Pavia more damage. I believe he's mental damage, if I'm correct. Let me go back. I'm pretty sure he is. Be embarrassing if I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, mental damage. So he's all mental damage. So it's going to give him even more damage output, okay? So make sure you're doing that before they die. You want both debuffs. You want the minus critical defense debuff, and you want the attack debuff. Okay, so watch what happens here. Move this. Try to, again, get his ultimate up as quick as you can. This is where I forgot to do this, so I'll go back, apply this, put this one into here. Okay, get that more. That's more damage for him to do. Put these 2 together. Now that gives him a huge boost in damage there, and then a huge boost in damage here. Now watch the amount of damage he does with this, okay? So 5k, that's not bad, right? Now continue watching to see how much that increases the moment somebody dies. Okay, so see, Pavi is almost dead, but that ultimate gave him that skill. Here, again, apply the buffs. Now this is where I start now stacking these buffs together to give them even more utility, right there. Now that's going to be minus 50% crit damage, okay? Or crit resistance, or crit defense, sorry. So the moment I crit now, I'm going to be doing 50% more damage on this, right? So watch this. Okay, watch the next round. So again, Pavia getting hurt, that's fine. He's going to recover. And this is where I want to get it again into the ultimate. Now the reason why the ultimate is so important here is, again, to give Pavia that buff that he needs. You can see there the minus 50 defense, critical defense. If I crit here, I do a lot more damage, right? So that's the goal. Okay, so there you go. We did all this. Now look at what happens if I crit, right? Look at that damage difference in crit. 18k, 18.4k. That's the difference in the debuff and then the damage output as well, right? So here now I finally got my debuff that I was waiting for Twin Sleeps. They almost died there but recovered. You want to do this right here to do more mental damage, okay? So those 2 right there. And then I believe here I used Nightmare, if I recall, or if I used the debuff. Let me just double check here. Sorry, guys, one sec. Combine those. Did this. Okay, so I think I did the debuff, and then I think I did Nightmare. So let's just see what happens. Again, this is a video from yesterday, right? So I'm just kind of trying to remember what I did while watching it. Yeah, there's the debuff, and then Nightmare, I think. There we go. Okay, so that's the right way to do it. So this Nightmare will cancel out the ultimate. And then cause a sleep, obviously. He'll recover. That's fine. You can see the recovery there. Now, again, keep building up, okay? Don't stop. There's one move. Now, Pavia should have his next ultimate coming up. So this is where I use the debuff. This is important, okay, guys? This debuff here, like I said, reduces mental damage. I should have technically used that first, so that was my mistake. that would have made the other move more powerful, but nonetheless, we still got it done at the end of it all, okay? So there you guys go, 2 hits. Okay. And I don't even think anybody died in this fight, or maybe 1 unit died, but at the end of the day, I still got it done with Pavia, which you'll see some crazy damage coming up soon, okay? So there's the debuff again. So now we got the critical defense debuff. We have the mental defense debuff. And at this point, all we need is somebody to die for him to do more damage. But again, no one's dying. You guys can see this. Okay. So again, strategy here is simple. Keep Pavia's ultimate going. Keep him sustained. And keep him doing more damage than the heal provides. Okay. So that's the goal. So here you guys can see here. Now that I've got the 2 debuffs on hand, if I can do a crit, this is over. All right. You guys can see what happens right now. Look at that. Look at that damage. Look at the damage difference. 20k. Okay. And then this is how I finish it off right there. Boom. Finito. Okay. That's how it's done, guys. So very easy with 3 and 4 star characters that complement each other. So Twin Sleeps with Pavia, a critical part of that team. And I was super excited for this, obviously. And I'm going to fast forward this to show you guys some of the numbers here. Let me just go here. Here's Pavia's damage, 78.11%. 12% from Apple, 9% from Twin Sleeps. And then the Arcane, if you guys care about that, to see how much times I did the ultimate, 3 times, 1, 1, 1, and 1. And then look at the debuffs here, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, and 1, right? So a lot of damage done by Pavia due to the Twin Sleeps debuffs. All right, guys, I hope this helped out. My last unit, I believe, was Mo Lich, actually, on this. Yeah, it is, because I have her on the windscreen here. So those are my units. All 3 and 4 star units completed 5-2 with relative ease using that team. Not even a full Twin Sleeps at level 50 was still no problem at all, okay? All right, guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.